retro readers, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am going to give you guys a review of a Harlequin romance, and that is the Mavericks Holiday Surprise by Karen Rose Smith. So if you want to continue watching, go ahead. I do want to note that with these Harlequin romance novel reviews that I do give spoiler depth. Like this video is full of spoilers. So if you wanted to read The Mavericks Holiday Surprise by Karen Rose Smith for yourself without any spoilers, then don't watch this video, because I'm literally going through everything that happens in it. So definitely spoiler free. So yeah, spoiler warning ahead. I haven't done one of these videos since last year, and as 2021 approaches, I want to start giving a spoiler-filled Harlequin romance novel video. Do one every month. So yeah, this is the start of that. So without further ado, let's just get into this book. Okay, so this book is basically about a cowboy lone wolf guy in a small Montana town who falls in love with a daycare lady, yeah. And that's their love story, and it's really stupid. This is a very Christmassy novel. Let me see. This is a very Christmassy novel, which is good because it is supposed to be a Christmas novel. I don't know if you can tell because the lighting's horrible. By the way, sorry about the lighting. It's like 5 o'clock now, actually almost 5:30, so the sun's going down, or the sun's already down, so yeah. Anyways, Christmassy. Okay. So this is supposed to be a Christmas novel, and it is like a Christmas romance, and it doesn't necessarily take place during Christmas time. It takes place during like Thanksgiving time, but you do have like Christmas scenes where it's like snowing. You have a Thanksgiving scene. You have like a lot of like Christmas decorating trees scenes. Overall, I think there's about probably 4 Christmassy scenes. So yeah. Actually, no, I take that. Yeah, 4. Never mind. I thought I was counting the Thanksgiving scene. Okay, anyways. I'm sorry I keep on playing with my headband. It's kind of digging into my scalp. Okay. So we're off to a great start. Okay. And, much like any other like cowboy Walmart dirt cheap book, you're going to get a whole bunch of reminders that the guy is in fact a cowboy. One of my favorite like YouTubers and one of the favorite like reviews that I've watched is Caleb, or I believe his name's Caleb. I'm gonna link it in the cards. His video about like him reviewing a cowboy book, and like literally from what I remember, he said that they mentioned that the love interest is a cowboy like so many times, and I'm gonna have to agree. In this book too, they mentioned him that he was a cowboy so many times. Like, I don't know if you can see, but all the blue is how many, and I did actually count. They mentioned in this 120-page book that he was a cowboy like 25 times. 25. Yes, I believe the readers get that he is a cowboy. Like, oh my gosh, in the first page it goes, after all, a cowboy could get lonely underneath the big Montana sky, and then it's like, talks about him having like this horse fetish, and not fetish, but like, he is like literally in love with horses, so I guess it's a fetish. Yeah, and he even like is described as being a cowboy with his Stetson or something, his like cowboy hat. So yeah, it's stupid, it's crazy. Okay, let's go through this book chapter by chapter. So in the first chapter, I'm sorry, I have my computer beside me because I can't remember like what happened. So yeah, in the first chapter you learn that the love interest guy, his name's Hudson, and the girl, her name's Bella, they both work in a daycare, obviously, and you learn that Hudson owns the daycare, or he's brothers with the owner, so he technically owns it. At least that's what it said in this book. And Bella just works there, you know, as like, I believe she's just a receptionist, you know, and you learn that, you know, it's like an aftermath of a lawsuit that a parent sued the daycare because one of the kids was sick and the sickness spread. So this book's taking place after the aftermath of the lawsuit. And Bella's kind of taking that lawsuit to heart because, you know, she keeps the place clean, really clean, and nobody gets sick there apparently. Which is kind of weird because it's only mentioned that she takes it to heart in the first chapter, and then like the rest, like literally I forgot that the lawsuit even existed, you know? Like it was like, yeah, she takes it to heart, but then it just goes right right over, you know, Bella's head, you know? I'm gonna not wear these anymore. Wow, my head feels so much better. Okay. Then Hudson and Bella start talking in the first chapter, and you learn that they both have messed up childhoods, and you also learn that Hudson has a thing for Bella, but Bella doesn't like him and puts him in like the friend zone or something. Very fun. And then the reader also knows more background for us, I guess. And then you learn that he plans on leaving the daycare in like the small town after the lawsuit kind of settles, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna put this book right here. Okay. Second chapter. So basically, Bella's at home taking care of her brother's triplets with her brother, because her brother, like, his wife died, and he has triplet babies that, you know, he has to take care of. So, yeah. So she's at home, and then the reader finds out that Bella, in fact, likes Henry. No, not Henry. What was his name? Hudson. Bella, in fact, likes Hudson. I mean, his name might as well be Henry, because... anyways, yeah, she likes Hudson. And then you also learn that she had a miscarriage during her wild teen years. So when she was a teenager, she was a partier. And then she had a baby, but she miscarried that baby. And, yeah, now because of that miscarriage, she can't get pregnant, which, I mean, that's weird, but okay. And, this is when I first started making my predictions, inserting myself in my notes, and I said, I predicted that they're gonna get pregnant, because what else is a holiday surprise? So yeah. And then they're at work and they're talking, and then you learn more background information, which is very pointless and just get it over with. And then you learn that she's a photographer and apparently really good at it. So yeah. It just says, wow, like all the characters are like, wow, you're so good at photography and stuff. No like photography lingo or anything except for like camera. But like, yeah, apparently she's a good photographer. Let's see, chapter 3. So this chapter is much like chapter 2, where she's home with the triplets and then she's at work. And yeah, but then Hudson gets Bella a photography gig and they go to the meeting together, and then they end up kissing, which honestly, there's no chemistry between them, like at all. This like photo on the cover, like there's no chemistry. So like, as a reader, you weren't rooting for them. You were like, they're kissing. Okay. And then chapter 4, Bella breaks off the kiss because she's like, ew, you're my boss. And yeah, even though she likes him. And yeah, then the next day she's really tired at work and he's like, hey, what's wrong? And she's like, I'm so tired because of the triplets, and he knows that her brother has triplets, and he's like, well, why don't you come over to my place, and sleep, I'll go, but you can stay at my place, like the creepy stalker that he is. And she agrees to it stupidly. And yeah, there's some really great creepy things that is said in this book with that. So page 65. Jesus, okay, I forgot about this. Okay, so he's like at his house making dinner for her, bringing her food, while she's sleeping in his home. And he goes, this is on page 65, and it says, even sleeping, she awakened his appetite for more than barbecued wings. And like, that's super creepy. There's also like, he calls her sleepyhead too, which is really creepy. He goes, hey, sleepyhead, are you hungry? When she wakes up. Who would want to hear that when they first wake up? Okay, that's just super creepy, okay? He's like a creepy person, okay? And you think it's romantic, but being woken up by hearing in a deep, gruffy voice, hi, sleepyhead, are you hungry? I made chicken wings, but you like hunger my appetite or something. Like, you'll settle my appetite. That's like, ooh, creepy. Okay. What chapter are we on? Okay. Oh yeah, so anyways, after being a creepus, they eat dinner together and bond. And then he takes her home. He follows her home, actually. He, like, drops her off at work, with her car. And then he follows her home, like the creepy stalker. I forgot about that. And then she introduced him to her brother. Yeah, chapter 5. Okay. So he just, like, discovering that, like, they have help and stuff for the babies and stuff, he's like, oh, I think I'll like help them out, you know? I'll just go get up really early, buy some stuff, and go to the ranch and fix it up for them. And like without their permission or anything. And so he goes there without their permission, and he's like working on the ranch, and like the brother sees him and he's like, what the he's like, what the heck? Like, what are you doing? Like, that's supposed to be my job. Also, like, I barely know you, sir. And yeah, because he just moved into town. And yep, it's super creepy, and he's asked to leave, and Hudson is actually really surprised by how angry Bella's brother is at him for, like, you know, fixing up the ranch. Like, I don't know, if I was, like, you know, doing, like, I don't know, doing something at home or something, and, like, I didn't need any help, you know, because I like doing stuff myself, and then someone helped me, even though I really wanted to do that, and I felt like I was responsible for that, I'd probably be angry too, like, what? And, yeah. So anyways, okay. And then they're at work, Bella and Hudson are, and Bella thanks Hudson for his help, and they, you know, kiss, but on the cheek, you know, make it a little spicy. And yeah, then they go horseback riding in the snow, and then they share a very passionate, disgusting kiss. The kisses in this book are described as, they use this word, Karen, she uses this word, let me read it to you. And it's very sudden, and it's really disgusting, and who kisses like that, okay? So, it says, his lips seem to burn hers, and when his tongue breached her lips, forged into her mouth, took the kiss deeper and wetter. She wrapped her arms around his neck and held on for dear life, and I'm like, ew. Like, okay, all the kisses are described like that, like wet and slobbery, and it's like, Karen, have you ever kissed someone? Like, I don't think it's supposed to be like that. It's disgusting when it's wet and slobbery, okay? Ew. Okay. Alright. So yeah, they share a passionate, disgusting kiss. And then chapter 6 starts off, it doesn't. They basically have dinner together at his house, because they're at his house again, and Bella is sad because she can't have kids with him. Like the creepy stalker she is, you know? And then she tells Hudson that they shouldn't be together, even though they shared a wet, slobbery kiss. No, 2 wet, slobbery kisses. No, 3. This time on the cheek. So they shared 3 wet, slobbery kisses. And then she's like, we shouldn't be together. It's forbidden. You're my boss. Yeah. And then Bella, she goes to the gig, like, that he got for her, and she takes photos of the horses in their stables or something, and he follows her, and they talk. And yeah, chapter 7. Okay, so basically on chapter 7, the start, I was just getting so done with this book. Like, honestly, just get together already so I can be done. But alas, it wasn't ending. So, basically, Bella thinks about Hudson, whoops. Count how many times I call him Henry. Bella thinks about Hudson and how hot he is, even though she literally broke off their kiss and was like, we can't be together romantically because you're my boss, but hey, you're hot and I'm gonna think about your body. And then they talk at work. And then he tells her that she should take photos of parents with their kids for money. And she's like, hey, that's a good idea, at the daycare. And then then without her permission, without her knowing it or anything, he calls a gallery owner that he knows, and he sends her photos over to the gallery so that the owner can put it up, as a big surprise. And I don't know, that's just really creepy. And then, because that's someone's art, that's kind of like stealing or something, just taking someone's photos and going, hey, without your permission, I'm going to put it for the public to see, so they can be sold. Yeah, okay. Then chapter 8, not Henry, oh my gosh, Hudson, not Henry. Hudson is offered another job in another town, and he's considering it, and Bella honestly is pretty butthurt about that, even though they're not technically together or anything. Yeah, she's pretty butthurt for someone who says that, they shouldn't be together because she doesn't like the boss. And then she finds out from town gossip that he was caught seen on a date with this redhead or something. And she's really jealous. So she confronts him about it, and then when he's like, what the heck, we're not together, she runs away and won't talk to him at all, so they can work it out or anything. Yeah, and the audience knows that that the date was actually job related, and he wasn't really romantically interested in the redhead, which in the book it is the girl is referred to as the redhead, not the other girl, which, we love the good representation. So yeah, so you learn that he wasn't romantically interested in her, and so next chapter, chapter 9, he goes over to Bella's house and explains. And then they, take care of the triplets together. And he learns also that, she took, Monday off, because it's the weekend. And he's cool about that. So, just to take care of the triplets and stuff. So he goes over, helps her out. And then they end up kissing, a wet, slobbery kiss. And then the kiss deepens and they almost have sex, which I swear, I wanted them to so the book could be over. But alas, that wasn't the case, because they were interrupted. Not by a baby, but because I don't know, a person was trying to help them or something. Anyways, okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, chapter 10. So because she, wasn't there for one day, chapter 10, she wasn't at work for one day, he decides to make her some cupcakes, as a welcome back party thing. Which, has she never taken a day off in her life? why the cupcakes? Why the welcome back party? He even makes her like a welcome back sign, and it's like, why? So yeah, that was really weird. And then after work, Bella and Hudson go back to his place and have sex. Yay! So that means we're almost done with the book. Okay. It only took 10 chapters. So anyways, chapter 11. Bella realizes that she loves Hudson. Yeah. And then they go up to get, like, they go set a tree, Christmas tree up together, and then they have sex 2 more times in this chapter alone, which, okay, but also, like, I don't know, just, there's no chemistry, so why? Anyways, okay. Chapter 12 is, they go to Thanksgiving at Henry Hudson's brother's house. And, yeah, they have Thanksgiving there, and she finds out that Hudson is still considering the other job, even though they literally had sex and they're kind of together now. And surprisingly, she isn't mad about that, you know? Like, she didn't run away crying or anything, so that's good. And then, they go on a date to see her pictures in the gallery, and she's not mad about that either, which, okay. And then, let's see. And then when she sees the pictures in the gallery, she's really touched. So they go home and, of course, have more sex because of how touched she is. You know, she couldn't give him wet, slobbery kisses. No, she had to. Okay, chapter 13. Almost done. They are at a Christmas daycare party. Yeah. Their Christmas daycare party, and then Hudson finally realizes that he loves Bella. It only took 13 chapters. It only took the whole book for him to realize this. And he also realizes that not only does he love Bella, but he wants to settle down with her and have kids. So he asks her to marry him by saying, "Will you marry me? I want to settle down with you and have kids." And guess what she does? In response, she runs away and she cries. You know, just her average response, you know, running away and crying, you know, not being an adult and talking about your feelings or anything. No. Yeah, so then he, like, is confused, so, and she won't, like, respond to him or anything, so he goes to her brother, and they, like, set up, like, a coffee date or something, and then they get together. No, I'm just kidding. And then, but wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cute, actually. Okay, they have more chemistry than her and Hudson. Her brother and him do. Okay, so, yeah, they have a coffee date, and her brother and Hudson have a coffee date, and Hudson learns from her brother that she can't have kids, and the real reason why and stuff, like, because she was a crazy teen and back in her day. And then he's sad about that, because he's just sad for her, and he said that if they're together, then they won't have kids. But anyways, the next day, the next day, she goes to his house, and she tells him why she ran away, you know? She doesn't know that her brother already told him, but she tells him, you know, why she ran away, and she can't get pregnant and stuff. and he doesn't tell her that he went to her brother. And, yeah, they make up and get married. And they realize, well, maybe having biological kids, like, not biological, but, like, actually, like, since they can't have, biological kids, then maybe just adopt. Yeah, and in the epilogue, the last chapter, he gets her a ring, and they decorate a tree, which, honestly, what was the point of that chapter? But I digress. Okay, that was this book. Very horrible. Very, very bad. Disgusting wet slobbery kisses. A girl who runs away from her feelings without actually expressing them. And Henry. So yeah. His name's actually Hudson. I don't know why I keep on calling him Henry. I feel like he is a Henry. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that was this book. I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars. As you can tell, I did not like it. I don't think I usually like Harlequin romances, especially, cringy ones like this. The last one I read was Holiday Baby Scandal, and yeah, really stupid. This one was stupid. And yeah, I can't wait to read another one that I got. So anyways, okay. So that was it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you found my video funny. And I hope you enjoyed, this whole torturing myself reading Harlequin romances was worth it, because I feel like it is. Anyways, okay. If you like it, like it. If you want to comment. If you want to subscribe, then subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Should I wear my cowboy hat? Yeah, okay. Man, oh, dang it, okay. 1 second. Okay, I don't know why that keeps on falling, but we'll just hope that it stays there. Okay, so second chapter. This feels weird. Okay, second chapter. I'm not gonna wear that either. Okay.